Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we have a Nintendo Switch here. It had a prior repair attempt. It said on the description that they damaged the FPC connector here for the LCD. It turns on, it docks, it shows on the TV, you just have no image on the Switch. So we're going to go ahead and tear it down, get it under the microscope, and see if we can't get that FPC connector swapped out there. So right away I can already see this is missing the little foam pad that goes over here. Okay, they did put thermal paste here. Let's start by unplugging this bad boy. Yeah, it's not even plugged in. Looks like they pulled the bar, the little lever right up off of it. So let's go ahead and get this board out of here. Without fail, every time, I will stick my hand right in that thermal paste. This connector wasn't pushed in fully either. We're missing a few screws here. There's supposed to be 2 of these black screws here, right here to hold the board down. And it feels like it's lifting a bit. I think it's because they don't have this cable run properly. Alright, so should be good to lift this out now. Perfect. I'm going to clean up this thermal paste real quick so I don't stick my hand in it again. And I'm just washing this off with a little bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol. It looks like they dug a pair of tweezers or their screwdriver over this little piece of copper tape here. That shouldn't really be a big deal. I guess I'll reapply under here too, just in case. Smear this right over it again. Smear it right on down. Alright, and with the heat sink over it, that'll put enough pressure to keep it down. It's fine. It'll work. Alright, let me get out the microscope. We'll look at this FPC a little closer. Okay, so here we are under the microscope. You can see this FPC connector here. It's supposed to have a little white bar that goes in between all these pins here, kind of like you see on this one. On this one. Kind of like you see on this one, it lifts up and it kind of pinches the cable in place. So this should be pretty easy. I think all we have to do is just take this off, put a new one on, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to put some Kapton tape over these 2 connectors just so I don't melt them while taking them off. So give me 1 second, let me grab that tape. Okay, so we've got these taped off here. That should keep them from melting. As well, it's going to help me keep these little components in place. Not that I'm really worried about it, but yeah, let's get them cooking. Alright, it would help if my hot air was plugged in. So, now let's get it. Make sure this is dialed up. Alright, just like that, we got it removed here. Looks good, I don't see any torn pads or anything like that, so yeah. This should be easy. I'm going to apply some fresh solder to that, wick it up, put some new solder on, I'll put the new FPC connector on, As you probably see from the old connector, if I just apply heat to it, it's going to melt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hang the board off the edge of my desk here, and I'm going to heat it from underneath, and that way the solder should melt before the plastic melts there. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so we'll apply some flux to the board here. Get it in view for you guys. Let my iron heat up for a second here. Okay, so now we'll wick away all that old solder real quick. Alright, so we're looking good. Pads are looking clean. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean it up again with some alcohol here. Oops. Alcohol on a Q-tip. Alright, tin the pads one more time with good solder. We just wanted to get rid of all the unleaded solder and reflow it with our good leaded solder. Okay, so now I've got our good solder on there. It's looking pretty clean. Just double check it here. Yeah, those look good. Clean it off one more time. I like to use fresh flux each time. It might be a waste, but I think it's a little helpful. Sometimes it gets brown and really sticky, so I like to just clean it off before it gets to that point. Okay. So, again, you guessed it, more flux. So we'll just drop this right in place here. And went upside down. Cool. Not a big deal. Alright. That looks good enough to me. We'll put some heat to it. It should flow right into place there. So I'm going to get this set up and try to use the microscope so you guys can see here. Yeah, give me a minute. Okay, I think that's the best I'm going to get it for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot here, and hopefully this works out. Yeah, we're golden. That's in there. Put my tweezers right on the heat sink. Thermal paste all over them. Cool. Alright, I'm going to get this board cleaned up here. We can examine our work and see how it looks. Let me grab some Q-tips. I just moved all my soldering stuff over here, so that's why I keep running over. I have another desk over there, so everything's still over there. Alright, and there you have it. This is pretty solid. I think we're good. See if any of these pins are moving here. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll get this reassembled and fingers crossed, we should be good to go. Ah, I see why they don't have the screws there. They've stripped out the holes that they screw into. So even if you do put one in, it's just going to keep spinning. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, they don't affect functionality, so it should be fine. Alright, so we've got it all together. It might not be charged, but let's just see if it turns on here. Hey, we have image. Yeah, it's dead, but we do have image. One thing I have to do too, real quick, I'm just going to do this off camera, is they didn't seal the screen down at all. It looks like they probably damaged it trying to replace both of the layers, honestly, because it looks like the plastic for the LCD is still on. You can kind of see in the corner there that little square. So I'm going to seal these down and peel off the plastics and reassemble it, and I think we'll have a completely working switch. Alright, and here we have it. Looks like the FPC connector there was the only issue. It charges up just fine, touch is good everywhere, LCD is good, all the speakers work, so I didn't find any issues with it other than that one connector. So this one is all set. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like down below. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. Sub to the channel would be awesome. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day.